Taking a stroll around this place becomes way nicer each episode. We've really created a nice atmosphere around here, especially with the new Altai village here in place. Walking up the streets here with shops and windows to look into, beautiful terrain, windmills, all this. Then you reach a view like this where you see the whole world. Man, it's really becoming more and more magical each episode. Even this, super nice. This is probably my favorite part of the build. And then you're hit with this. Yeah. Something needs to change. As I pointed out in the end of the last episode, this giant hole is an eyesore. Looking at it from this angle, it completely ruins the otherwise amazing view you have of the village, since there's just a giant wall of Swiss cheese in front of it. And it's a hazard too. If I want to go around here, walking along, just maybe cutting down some trees, and suddenly you know you're... Yeah, this needs to go. Even the face. Oh, he's kind of cute though. And it's just crazy how much this place has changed. Because if you recall, this is what we started with. Man, I barely even recognize this seed anymore because of how much we've altered it. It's crazy that we went from this, then nuking the place to create this giant Swiss cheese hole, then of course building the most amazing starter base that anyone has ever seen, and then promptly nuking that as well, turning this place back into a Swiss cheese hole, but with a cute face this time. But today that is all going to change as we flesh this out to a full-fledged quarry, decked out with all kinds of builds, including a stone storage for every stone type, even some forests and ruins, and even a small mason village as well. And believe it or not, this time there actually is no side missions. Nope, this is not like last time where I say, oh, okay, there's just one. Genuinely, there's nothing. Last episode, I did say I would do something with the sniffers. Oh, picture pod. I.e. that I would build a bigger enclosure for them with a collection system so I could actually farm these items as well as the torchflower seeds. However, that has turned into a much bigger project than I first intended, so that is going to be its own video at some point. We'll see when that happens. Quick reminder to leave a like and subscribe if you are enjoying this so far. Maybe you're a new viewer, maybe you're a recurring one. Either way, I really appreciate all of you who clicked on this video. Last episode, I mentioned my goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and you guys absolutely crushed it. Not only did we hit this goal already, but we even hit 11,000 subscribers. Not to mention that the last video got so much love and attention. Thank you all so much. So I guess we'll have to update our new goal to be, I don't know, can we hit 20k before the end of 2025? It won't be easy, but I believe in you guys, you've done it before. Let's work our magic again. Also, don't forget to become a member if you want early access to new episodes, as well as some other perks and privileges. If you want the schematic files for the builds you see in these videos, check out my Patreon for just $5 a month. You get every single build that you see in these episodes. And I'm even thinking of adding the world download to this as well. Side note, people have been asking about the seed for this world for ages, and I've been putting off trying to find a way to somehow integrate it into video in kind of a fun way, instead of just sharing the seed willy-nilly. So how about if we hit the goal of 20k by the end of 2025, then I will drop the seed for this world. Other than that, thank you guys so much for your support and enjoy the video. Now to get started on the quarry over here, we're obviously going to set up some beacons. Unfortunately though, we only have the one right now. So I want to fix this by going to the nether and hopefully getting a bunch of wither skeleton skulls so that we can get a bunch more beacons on our hands. This is going to take quite a while, isn't it? Like, I'm not only hoping to get 3 skulls for 1 wither, I was hoping to get maybe like, at least 9 skulls for 3 beacons. Hello. But yeah, I've already been here a few minutes, and yeah, it's literally only like 5 minutes, but still, we haven't even seen a wither skeleton yet. Whoop. Oh, shit. Okay, we're good. I just had a better idea. If I can get out of here without dying. Chill. Yeah, I had a better idea. There is a much bigger nether fortress we could go to. I just remember that's the one I went to in the first episode when we got our first beacon. What the hell? What the... Also just realized while we're here, we should see if we can find the new Happy Ghast, which... Solston Valley is where they're supposed to be, right? Wait, is the Happy Ghast in 1.21.8? Or is it in the new copper update that just dropped? I guess we'll find out. Somehow I went to the completely wrong location. Like, I'm supposed to go to negative 1600 and positive 134. I don't know why I ended up this wrong, but we found a big nether fortress, so that works, I guess. I should really make a wither skeleton farm. Foreshadowing. Hello? Bones. Bones and coal. Bones and coal. Yeah! Maybe I should go to the nether fortress I initially intended. I think it might be slightly bigger even. Actually, maybe not, but I don't know. I feel like there's more of an open area for them to spawn. Yeah, screw it. Let's do that. Ooh, Solston Valley. Happy Ghast? Oh, Happy Ghast! No way. Let's go. Any more? No, none here. All right, we got one at least. I haven't done anything with the new dried ghast. What? The new dried ghast. I haven't tried them out at all or even like played around with them in creative. Oh, another one. Jesus. Whee. My God. We're gonna have 2. It's just not easy to traverse in the nether though, because like I want to go this way, but there's a giant wall blocking me. Let's maybe just dig in this direction then. Looks like we might have to dig again. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I recognize this place. And already, see? Yes, we got one. Okay, that's one down. Jesus, this is taking forever. Okay, I've been at this for half an hour. We still only have the one. We're definitely only getting enough for one more beacon. I'm not staying around here for 9 wither skeleton heads. That's just not happening. Because if each takes me half an hour, I would be here for what, 4.5 hours? Oh my god, mother load. And none of them dropped it. Fantastic. Ooh, there we go. Second one. Oh, finally. Oh, there we go. Just got one more right away. Literally, that was like 30 seconds after getting the second one. Let's get out of here. And I'm heading the wrong way. Yay. We are here in the end. I fought the first wither back in the first episode legit, so I was thinking now I can just cheese it. I feel like that's fair. Wait, does he have to be... Do I have to do it on this block or down here? Interesting. Let's do it up here to be safe. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that... I think that was a mistake. Please don't go through the portal. Oh, he didn't go through the portal, but he also did not... Okay. I messed up. I need to go get my bow. Focus on the enderman, please. Maybe also get a totem or something. Where are my totems? Here we go. Come on. Why do I suck so much? Stop moving. Oh no, I'm low. Oh, I'm low again. It's hard to shoot when I'm constantly being damaged. Oh. No, not the enderman. Star, I need a star. Oh. Okay, we did it. We definitely messed that up. Okay, now I know it was the layer below that I need to place the wither, but you live and learn. And I popped the totem, but I didn't die. So, and with this, we can craft a beacon. Boom. Now we have 2 to work with, at least. I was hoping for a few more, but this will do, I guess. Let's find a place to place these beacons. I'm thinking if we do one like right around this area, like a little bit out from here, and one over there, then it should reach most of it. Okay, now to just put these on haste 2. Same with the beacon over here. And I don't think this will quite reach everything, but this one is the most important one because that's where we have to get rid of the most land. And we have to dig a little bit over here as well, but it's not as much, so I think we'll be fine. Worst case, we can build another beacon over here and just move one of them over once we get to that area. But without further ado, let's start digging. We are making some great progress on this. With that being said, there is quite a lot left to go. As you can see, it needs to go all the way down to this level, the grass level down here. And currently we've only done this. And the terrain was up to about this point. Like it was up to here at this point, but also down here was probably right where I'm standing-ish. Which for quite a few hours of work, that is not a ton of progress. And the biggest thing causing this problem is my pickaxes. As you can see, once again, they have been depleted to just a little bit of durability left. And that means I have to go to the end to repair them. And considering they deplete like this quite often, all this travel time back and forth from the end is really wasting a bunch of my time. So I want to fix this by getting more pickaxes. As you can see here in my gear box, we do have some diamond pickaxes, but none of them are really enchanted to the way we want them. So my first thought was to go over to the end farm a bunch of XP, and we can just enchant all of these to efficiency 4, use some books to get at efficiency 5, and so on and so on. But then I had an even better thought. If we head over to our trusty old villager trading hall, we can actually do something that I put off for way too long. Now, down here, I do actually have a bit of a trading system set up where I trade for pumpkins to get the emeralds, and that's how I get my food, the golden carrots. However, up up here we do have a ton of armor, and most importantly, these smith villagers or whatever they're called. Toolsmith, there you go. And if we level these guys up, they will be trading diamond tools, enchanted diamond tools even. And I was thinking if I get lucky, perhaps they would have at least efficiency 3 or maybe even efficiency 4 diamond tools. Perhaps some of them will even have fortune or silk touch or something like that as well. So I was thinking we could level up some of these villagers, see how that works out, and hopefully get a bunch of diamond tools that we then can later get some netherite upgrades for, and that will make our digging project a lot easier to manage. So first up, to get these trades in order, we need to get a bunch of emeralds, and currently my best way to do that is to head over to the pumpkin farm here and fill this shulker box with a bunch of pumpkins. Now let's head back to the trading hall, and what I've been doing here is trading with these guys for the pumpkins, or rather they're taking my pumpkins and I'm getting emeralds for it. And then normally I would trade these emeralds in for the golden carrots. But now we want to use these on the guys up here instead. Could also use coal. Okay, interesting. Is it worth it to use a bunch of coal on these guys? Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. We do actually have a bunch of coal from the land we just mined over here. So let's grab a bunch of this. We could even grab the coal ore here and mine that down with our fortune pickaxe. Let's hope it doesn't break. Say it again, Sam.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. My latest video actually kind of popped off. There's like 35k views.
I saw you. Congrats.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Should I include this in my latest video while I'm just sitting here chatting to you guys? Like, I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm just asking. I don't think I want Simon in my video.
I think it'll tank your views.
Probably. They won't even click on the video. They can sense the Simon in it.
Salmon in it.
The salmon in it. Great.
I got salmonella in Minecraft.
All right.
Today I'll be simulating the Black Plague in Minecraft.
Like, Simon, how did you guess my latest title, bro? Like, I don't understand.
Catching the first STD in survival. Trying to see which mobs can get chlamydia from me.
From me?
From me.
The thing is, now I have to cut out the game audio because it's mixed in with your guys' bullshit. Like, oh, I got chlamydia in Minecraft.
Bro,
Okay.
that's gonna get you the views.
Yeah.
With fucking jaded cover on top.
Don't do that.
Jaded cover? Oh yeah, could you cover like, I don't know, Umbrella, Rihanna?
No.
Why not?
No.
Should cover Paranoid Black Sabbath.
I'll cover you in cum.
Is that a promise?
No, I'm scared now. That was freaky.
They're in your eyes.
Alright, I should have stopped recording. I'm not going to be able to use this footage.
Scoop out your eyeballs, viewer. Do it now, you schizo bitch.
I am deeply apologetic for the nonsense you just had to hear. My friends are certainly a little bit unhinged, and please don't take this as an insight to what I talk about with my friends when I'm not recording, because we definitely never ever talk about stuff like that, or yeah, you know, yeah. Anyway, I guess let me know if you want to see more of our nonsense in the future. I might include some bits here and there if you guys want me to. Refocusing back to this project, I spent quite a bit trading with these villagers for the iron and coal to get a bunch of emeralds, and then leveling them up so that we could get the diamond tool trades. This did take quite a while, but it ended up being pretty worth it considering we did get a couple fortune trades. Unfortunately, it was only fortune 2, but we also got a silk touch trade. Unfortunately, the efficiency level on them is low, but I don't think you can get much better than that. And honestly, getting the fortune and the silk touch on the pickaxes is sort of the most annoying and difficult part, so this will do just fine. Alright, we successfully have a shulker box full of diamond tools ready to be enchanted and combined with other tools. I also have some spare tools here, like you can see the fortune ones. I'm gonna be combining them with these fortune ones, so I get the fortune 3 efficiency 4. Then I'm hoping to bring all these over to the enderman farm, and by enchanting and disenchanting and all that over and over, I should probably and hopefully get all the enchantments we'll be needing, and we can combine it all and we'll have a perfect set of tools. Now the problem here in the end, currently we do not have an enchanting set up here by the enderman farm. Long story short, this is a part of a redesign for the end. Don't get too excited though, I'm basically scrapping a lot of it and redesigning it, so that's gonna take a long time before I turn that into a video. Point is, I went ahead and grabbed some materials so that we could get this enchanting setup up, and by doing that we will be able to enchant these tools a lot easier. So let's whip this up quickly and we can get straight into it. Alright, the enchanting setup is here, and now I guess we just start enchanting. We actually, first I guess we should combine the fortune pickaxe together. Oh, that's gonna be so expensive. 16 and 16. Lovely. Oh, God. And just like that, we went from, what was it, 82 levels to 2. Let's get some more. Okay, we're temporarily back here at the base because we need to actually go to the villager trading hall again. Oh, I realized that to get the perfect pickaxe for the Silk Touch variant, we do need the efficiency 4 book trade from one of these villagers. So we're gonna cycle that until we get what we want. This is probably gonna take a while, isn't it? Oh, efficiency 5. It's only 28. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Now we also need to stop by this little place. I don't think many of you know, but this is where I keep my mending villager. Well, I did. And yeah, that price is pretty dang good. Okay, heading back to the farm now. We have enough of the efficiency books. We unfortunately don't have enough mending yet. We're gonna need a ton more of those. But I was thinking we would head back here, do some enchanting while we're waiting for the villager trades to refresh anyway. Okay, let's see if we can actually get this in order then, shall we? Great start.
Later.
Ah, there we go. It was a long, arduous road, but we finally have 9 Silk Touch pickaxes with efficiency 5, 9 Fortune pickaxes with efficiency 5. These all have mending already as well. We have 1 diamond shovel with mending, Silk Touch, efficiency 5. Okay, we get it. Point is, the tools are in good shape, so we headed back to the overworld to slap some mending on them as well. Okay, we have some emeralds and some books here. Let's hope we can get enough. Oh, it still hasn't refreshed. Lovely. Guess I just gotta wait. Oh wait, he can't restock without a lectern, can he? Okay, here we go, buddy. Let's restock, shall we? Yeah. Oh, shh. 1, 2, 3. I just need 5 more. Okay. I did not expect to get that many books at once. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I assume we're gonna run out of levels quite a few times during this. That's all of these shovels done. There we go. That is now all the pickaxes as well. And now everything is fully enchanted and finished. Wow. This is taking so long. I'm so hyped to have this finished though. This is gonna make projects like this one we're doing right now so much quicker and easier. We are not quite finished yet though. Yep, you heard me right. We are also going to be turning all of these tools into netherite tools. Getting that extra durability will be worth it, I promise. So we promptly headed back to the overworld in order to get started on the process of getting ancient debris. But to do this, we are gonna need hella TNT. I'm not digging that much debris by hand, so we're gonna head out to the desert to get a whole bunch of sand. I'm planning on filling 5 shulker boxes so that we can get 1 shulker box of TNT, and that should hopefully be plenty. Sand spotted. Alright, we have 5 shulker boxes full of sand. Now let's head back to the base and see if we have enough gunpowder in the creeper farm, which I don't think we do, but yeah, that's a problem for future Twizzy. And by future Twizzy, I mean me in like 3 minutes. Okay, let's see how much gunpowder we have to work with here. Ow. Ow. That's not a lot. It's not a lot either. That's very little. Alright, okay. We need 4 shulker boxes full of gunpowder, and we had, what, like, maybe 4 or 5 stacks? So, let's go get some shulker boxes to fill full of gunpowder, and then let's AFK above the creeper farm for a bit, and see if we can get enough. Okay, I just checked the recipe as well. I'm an idiot. I need 5 shulker boxes full of gunpowder, and 4 full of sand, in order to make a shulker box of TNT. I remember wrong. I thought it was 5 sand and 4 gunpowder, but no. Alright, we have AFK'd for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. Ooh, hello. Whoa! Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's check how much gunpowder we got. What? Seriously? Are you for real? How? Because I was standing up in the tower. I was tabbed out of the game, but I did press T TNT the chat so that it wouldn't pause. I mean, I guess we have a decent amount of gunpowder to get started, but that's not what I was hoping for. Okay, we might as well go and check how much ancient debris we can get with this amount of TNT. We need a total of 83 ancient debris, and I don't know if we can get that with this little TNT, but we might as well try, see what happens. So we made our way down through the netherrack, dug a few tunnels, blew up some TNT, but with this little TNT at our disposal, it went pretty much as expected. Obviously, the plan was for me to get a shulker box of TNT, and by having a little over 2 stacks, we did not get too far. That being said, we ended up with only 14 out of the 80 something that we needed. With the ancient debris we did get though, we did smelt it down, and along with some ingots that we already had prior to this, we were able to upgrade 9 pickaxes to netherite, and by doing that, we were able to continue on the project a little bit, as I was really tired of getting netherite and gunpowder and all that. But then fast forward to the next day, I decided to give it another shot by AFKing by the creeper farm. I did realize some issues with the redstone clock on top of the farm, stopping the water from pushing the creepers down into the water. So by solving that problem, I was hopeful that we would get a lot more gunpowder than we did the last time. I have now AFK'd overnight for about 10 hours, and I swear to God, if this was not enough to get enough gunpowder, then I don't know what to do. Let's hope this actually works. What? How? I don't understand. Like, there has to be something wrong with something. Oh my God. There's actually no way. It hasn't been running for some reason. I've been standing here AFK. I didn't even tab out this time. It's done. Awesome. Like, at this point, I AFK'd for 10 hours. This is not about, like, these caves not being lit up. I think me standing AFK still caused me to pause the game somehow. Like, I stood AFK for... After you stand AFK for a while, I feel like the game pauses. Oh! Jesus Christ. You know what? Let me consult ChatGPT. And after some AI intervention, helping me actually sort of solve the problem, at least to the point where we could get enough TNT, we went back to Nether to do some more bombing, and this time it yielded way better results. Alright, and after a few more AFK sessions and bombing the Nether sessions, I finally have the last, I hope and think, netherite smelting here. Oh wait, 17? No, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my God. No, it's a perfect amount. 9 plus 8, because I already have one here. Oh my God. Oh wait, no, because oh, there's this one. No, I need 18, and I'm gonna get 17 from this. Oh, you... Dude. You know, I'm not surprised. This is exactly my type of luck. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not angry. I'm just so happy to be here. This is a fun time. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this. It's been good. This is pretty satisfying though, having all these netherite. The pickaxes, they are the most important part, to be fair. Nice. That being said, we now have a full set. Oh, well, all but one. But let's ignore that. We have a pretty much full set of tools to last us a much longer time in this digging process. With this in our arsenal, this part of the project will go by way quicker than we first thought. Speaking of which, we should probably get back into this and not waste any more time. Wow, this looks so different to what it did earlier. This one little quarter, if that, this is not even a quarter of the project, because we have to dig all of this going all the way back here as well. And this is definitely more than half of it. Then we have to do this, so maybe a fifth. And it did take quite a few hours. But getting this gearbox, which, by the way, I replenished them all, but I did also break one of the Silk Touch pickaxes. I know. I did also get my hands on the final netherite shovel, so all of these are now netherite, which just feels so good. And with all the tools replenished, let's get started on cutting down these trees and clearing the area a little bit. So with all the trees and foliage cleared, we got to digging out the grass and dirt layers as well. Doing this preemptively I find helps a lot, so that we can later focus on just digging out the stone, and that way we also don't have to switch between the tools as much and just focus on digging it out with the pickaxe. So we've cleared all the grass and dirt on the top layer here. Now that we're getting into more of the stone layers and all of that... Oh no, I don't have rockets. As I was saying, we need to get the beacons moved over here so it reaches this new area that we're digging. As you can see, those beacons don't quite reach as this is about to run out. But this should not be too complicated. I think we can just place one roughly here and then one in the middle over there somewhere, and that should reach the entire area. And if we do another one roughly here, that should be good. And now if you just reactivate them, come on, there you go, haste 2, and haste 2 over here as well. Oh my god. Oh, I wasn't recording for the moment it happened, but I broke my fucking pickaxe again, bro. That was the one I named too. My beautiful Silk Road Volume 4. I guess I have to do Volume 5 on this one now. Ah, great. Volume 5. Why am I so stupid? Can I just like keep an eye on my tools, please? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was pretty much it though. Let's get back to digging. Yet another section of the hole here is dug out. We've dug it all the way down here to, I guess you don't know what this will become, but trust me, this is going to be sick. Mining down here though was a huge pain because of all the deep slate, which takes way longer since even with haste 2, if you don't know, you cannot insta-mine it. But all in all, it wasn't that much to dig, it was just this little hole, so it didn't take too long. As you saw from the replay, we also added in some of the grass around the place. As you can see, it's a bunch of splodges missing. This is because this is where different paths are gonna be and different, I guess, just block pallets. But that you'll all see later once we start filling that in. And before we move on to the next section, I did realize we have this giant storage system here from all the way back in episode 1. This is a lot of the materials for the main base, which as you can see, I gathered way too much stuff. Yeah, as you might be able to tell, this is currently in the way, so we do need to move it. But maybe I should have done this before I get rid of the flooring. Now it's gonna spew all over the... Okay, let me fix this real quick. I have a much better idea. I don't know why I haven't been doing this so far, but let's just take a bunch of shulker boxes here and fill these up. And at last, those chests are cleared out, so now we can go to this temporary platform, and that is looking much cleaner. Now, moving on to the final section of this hole, this is definitely the biggest part of it, as we have to get rid of this, as well as all of this, and even a substantial chunk into this part as well. Now, I've been thinking, because these two areas took quite a while, even this one, that is a tiny chunk compared to what we have to tackle next, and I've already spent like... I don't know, at least 20 hours plus just digging this area. So with that said, even though I'm kind of against it, I am going to use flying TNT machines for at least part of this to get rid of the big bulk of this area. And then I'll see if I maybe dig out some of the rest. Before we get to those flying machines though, however, I do want to get rid of the grass and dirt layers on top, as well as I'll get rid of all of the trees that we have planted all over here, as well as the village and all of that. And after that is cleared, we can get started on the flying machines and hopefully make this go by a lot quicker. Now, where did I leave my bed? Okay, quick intermission here from the digging. Yeah, I ran into a bit of a problem. I accidentally dug into my mending villagers little, let's say, nice, clean resort. Yeah, it's not that bad, right? And he did walk out. Luckily, I stopped him before he just came wandering off this edge. So we definitely need to move him somewhere a bit safer. Now, the most logical thing would be to move him to the villager trading hall, to one of the cells. But that sounds like a lot of work. I guess we have to, don't we? Fine. So I guess let's just make a staircase up for this guy all the way up there. And, oh, okay, fantastic. Oh my god. Oh my, dude, why can't, what am I doing? Point is, we should be able to get him all the way up. Dude, there's something seriously wrong with me. I don't know what I'm doing. So we quickly whipped up a bridge all the way over to the trading hall where we could move the villager by rail. For once, the villager actually behaved and we sent him off with a minecart and a furnace minecart to push him. I can't remember any other time where moving a villager went this smoothly or went smoothly at all for that matter. And with the villager safely stashed away, we were able to continue removing all the grass and dirt layers and thereby get set up for the last section of this dig. All of the grass and dirt has been successfully removed. And now you might be wondering, Twizzy, why are you in creative? Well, I'm actually in a creative copy right now. So like I think I mentioned, we are going to be using some TNT flying machines for this part. So I'm going to be following along the tutorial and design where the TNT flying machines will be. And I'm doing this just so that we can get the dimensions right and get it right on the first time rather than inevitably messing it up on the survivor world and having inevitably messing up on the survivor world and having to rebuild it like 6 times like the last time we did this hole. If you recall, if you watch episode 1, we definitely struggled quite a bit with the flying machines for the original hole. The other benefit of doing it like this, now I'll have not only the exact dimensions so I don't mess it up, but I'll also have the exact material count so that we know exactly how much of this we'll need. And I'm going to be following along a tutorial here real quick, so let me get the first one whipped up and I'll meet you guys back in a second. Okay, we have the first one in place, including the return station, so I was thinking we can just quickly see if this works. Let's hope it does. Okay. And now soon, moment of truth, if it will actually return as well. Oh, I guess because it's the other way around, I need to put it one more here or something. I don't know, because it's going to go into the... I think this might be fine. Come on, moment of truth, come on. Yeah, alright. Oh wait, the TNT isn't working on the way back. What? Why not? Oh, okay, I just checked the tutorial and it's, I guess, not supposed to work on the way back, the TNT. But if I set it off again, it'll work. I guess that's fine. So I'm thinking if we just copy this thing, yeah, like that. And if we just move it along a couple of blocks, maybe 3 blocks in between. So now we have 2 that will take care of this strip here. Maybe I do another 2 for, I don't know, this area here maybe? Something like that. And that will get a huge chunk of this. And then yes, there will be some more, but I'm fully fine with that. In fact, I'm kind of happy with being that way so that I do have to put in some manual labor, which I've already done a bunch over here, but still. But that should about wrap it up. I think this will work wonders. I haven't tested all the machines, but I really don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. And so I'm just going to put my faith in God here and yeah, let the Minecraft gods take over. Let's get back to the survival world. So we headed back to the survival world and collected all the materials we will be needing. This included a lot of redstone items, as you saw in the creative copy, such as observers, pistons, slime, and of course the TNT as well. We also headed over to the swamp to AFK at the slime farm for a while, and after a solid AFK session, we did have enough for the flying machines. So without much further ado, let's load up this schematic and yeah, let's just get this in place. Okay, the flying machines are in place, and as with any Twizzy redstone project, there might be a problem. I'm not entirely sure yet. This one's completely on me though, as per usual. I realize now that when I place the other flying machines in for this axis here, that if I set these off, they might crash into this one. You know what? Let's, just in case, get rid of these flying machines, and I'll rebuild them later. Oh, the coral fan. Alright, we've gotten rid of those. We'll rebuild those later. And yeah, with that, I guess there's nothing else keeping us from just turning these on. And even though it's only 4 of them, I'm still terrified to do it because I feel like there's something wrong with it and it's gonna go wrong and I'm gonna cry and it's gonna be really bad. But the only way to find out is to just do it. So let's get it. The TNT flying machines have done their job, and here I am, just digging away and digging away. Yeah, I've pretty much just been locked in here, just getting rid of all these floaty little rocks. It is quite annoying, but all in all, the TNT flying machines did do a great job, both over here and over here especially. It has saved us a bunch of time, so don't get me wrong, I'm very happy that we did this. Even if it doesn't feel worth it at times when I just have to fly around to get one rock, or one block, I guess, and then fly to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and then I did take a break from this area, and I headed over to the chunk over here that we needed to get rid of, and I fully mined this out, all the way down to the grass level we needed at. And even this chunk that was quite small, and a lot smaller than the previous 2 sections we've done, even this took a couple of hours. So if we can count on that time frame for both of these sections as well, we really need to get a move on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a hole. We have finally finished digging all of this out, and if you're wondering about the floating bits and pieces over here, don't worry, I've made sure everything that's still here is covered up anyway by what we're going to be building. So in other words, everything that we need to remove has been removed. Now that we have all this dug out, we do need to make it look a little bit prettier. As you can see, it is quite messy, and basically what we're going to be focusing on in this video is to get all of the, let's say, walls in, aka cliffs, so that the entire quarry basically is finished in its entirety, at least the skeleton of it, let's say. And to do this, we need 6 main materials, 2 of which are going to be most prominent, and as a result, we have to collect a ton of. Yeah, we need 28,041 light gray concrete. The other main material is the light gray wool, which we do need quite a lot of as well, which is why I prepped for this project and set up a light gray sheep farm. So I'm hoping by having this running in the background, we have generated enough wool to last us this project, which I don't know, we'll see. I do need quite a lot, like I said. Let's grab some shulker boxes and we'll see how many of these we can fill. Yeah, we need to fill a little bit more than 8 shulker boxes, so I definitely don't think we have enough, but it should be a decent amount to get us started. Okay, hold the phone here. We might actually be able to get all of it right away. Wow, we actually had enough in these chests, and I even have a little bit spare. Now for the next main prominent material, like I mentioned, is light gray concrete as well. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky. Not only are we running low on shulker boxes, but yeah, we do not have a lot of concrete to spare. I do, however, have a solution to this. For those of you who have been around since the first episode, you might recall that we did use a sand duper to get all of the concrete and sand and stuff that we needed for the main base. And I mentioned in that episode that that was the only time that we would use this machine, as I normally am against it. That is still true, but I also don't care. All in all, I still agree with what I said, but I've also changed my view on it a little bit, in the sense that when we have a massive project like this where we need 22,000 light gray concrete, I'm gonna use this. Refocusing back to the material collection, we set up some enderpearl stasis chambers so that we could load the chunks for the farm here, and to my surprise, the farm worked perfectly on the first try. So we also set up a quick collection system, and I made sure to set up enough chests to house as much concrete as we will need. And then 5. That's 10 double chests and even an 11th for extra storage. So I then AFK'd at this farm for a few hours while I went and cleaned my apartment, also known as sitting in my couch and watching TV. But after a while we were able to get enough of the concrete and we could get started on converting it. This took quite a bit longer to AFK for than I first thought, but we do finally have 10 double chests full of light gray concrete powder and a little bit extra. And just like that, we have all of the shulker boxes filled full of the light gray concrete. Now onto our next problem, which is converting all of this into, well, not the powder, but instead waterlogging it so that we can get it into the actual concrete. Okay, so I got all the materials together here for the farm, and it really isn't that much because it is quite a small, simple farm. And as for where we're gonna build it, I was thinking we could actually put it down here somewhere where it's gonna be hidden by one of the buildings we will have here in the future. Let's just clean up the floor here a little bit, and I will be following along a tutorial as I do this. The tutorial is by Shulkercraft, and I will be leaving a link in the description to both the tutorial as well as the guy who made the actual farm design. So make sure to check those guys out down in the description below. They are way smarter than I am. Now let's see if I can build this thing without messing up. So we swiftly put together this farm. It really was pretty simple to build. Like I mentioned, I followed along the tutorial of Shulkercraft. Meanwhile, the farm itself is designed by Fortunate Diamond. Both their plugs will be down in the description. Make sure to check them out. After finishing up the farm, we let it run for a few hours in order to convert all the light gray concrete powder into the light gray concrete, and we would end up using this later as well, as we're gonna get our hands on some gray concrete as well, but we'll get back to that later. Before I continued with getting the rest of the materials, we did head over to the end because, as you saw earlier, we have a bit of a shulker box problem. So we flew to the first end city we could find and we collected all of the shulker boxes there, or not the actual boxes but the shells, you know what I mean. And as soon as we had a good stock of shulker boxes again, I headed back to the overworld to go to the acacia biome. Here we, surprise surprise, collected a lot of acacia wood. This part was somehow frustrating and relaxing at the same time. And with these materials out of the way, we only had the final two, and this was simply to go underground to mine some Deepslate, which as per usual took some time, but really wasn't that bad. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we needed some gray concrete as well, so we once again used the sand duper until we had enough of the gray concrete, and then we loaded up the concrete converter machine again and AFK'd there until we had everything converted to the concrete. Now that we have all of these materials, including the wool that is stored over there somewhere, we have enough stuff to get started on this quarry. I've been working on this for weeks, and I can say it's a relief to finally be able to get started on the actual bulk of this project, getting the walls in, the cliffs in. And instead of just talking about getting it finished, let's whip up a time lapse and get this done. I can't believe we're finally done. This project took way longer than I expected. I honestly thought I was going to be able to knock this out in like a week, maybe 2 max. But as you can see from the time from the last episode, this took over a month. But man, am I happy with how this turned out. Yes, it is still quite messy at the moment, but that is going to get fixed very, very soon. I am so excited about this project and what we're going to be building on top of all this. As you can probably tell by the state of this, there is more to come, way more to come. And what we have designed here is truly special, and I'm so excited to share with all of you. And this project will continue very, very soon. And is coming sooner than you think.